And I don't know what's the usual, like, what the Mechanicals members usually say to themselves when they, like, say, like, goodbye, like, probably, uh, not good luck, but probably something along the lines.
It's probably nothing so formal as that. It's probably a fairly generic, what's the opposite of a greeting?
Farewell.
Yeah.
May you continue serving the Omnis. Or something like that. Okay, so you left all these guys and then went with Xanti's help. You provided them with sorry, so if anybody will ask, you will have a cover story.
Yep. Well, that's done then. I'll have to do a thing with Xanthus before we go to the next place, but we can move on to whatever's next if there is.
I mean, if you want to play a scene, but I imagine it would be like Sigmund going, "Hey,
I mean, this can happen in transit to wherever we're going next. So if there's something else to be done where we're at right now, we can transition to that.
Currently, not really, unless you think about something that you might want to do, or maybe like throw me a. But it's really now up to you. Where do you want to go? Or if you just want to stick around and do another time skip of sorts.
Let's see what's happening.
I don't know if I have any projects that I need.
Or beyond Anthrax are done.
You could always go back to. You can figure out about this, and then I might pitch you some.
I mean, if we're staying an extra month, then I might make another check.
Can anyone think of what is, I don't know, important to be doing right now? How goes the situation on?
Wait, okay, so we've gotten the majority of the Dominate to essentially,
or rather, how the situation with all the nobles going.
Yeah.
Have we gotten most of those?
Yeah, as I mentioned, when you did Frax and Albiana, it was like the last button to be.
What is the status of Duke Severin? Because even if we can get the sector forgiven for the rebellion,
well, I suppose call a cadre meeting.
He needs to be executed at the very least.
So, it seems most, if not all, of the nobles are on our side. Where do you suppose that? How do you suppose we continue? Do we launch an assault on the palace down below? Send them a message telling them that defeat is inevitable?
In the eyes of the Imperial Senate.
Think of it.
Basically, to like offer you a hint. Basically, if you want to like stick around, basically what I imagine would happen if you like keep an eye, like you'd like listen to rumors and like see how the situation, and then you would be able to like see, like maybe decide when you want to act, because from all of these roles I already like know what happened, or what's going to happen. You can always, what I wanted to like throw this idea, instead of sticking around here, you can always go back to Scintilla for another round of discussion and debriefing with Caden. That's really up to you. So far,
Oh.
during all of that time, sorry for
Oh,
interrupting.
okay.
Just one thing. All of that time, surprisingly, like Benjamin is not showing up.
Hmm.
I guess that explains the one. I'm on Scintilla.
So, anyone have any ideas? Do we head back to Scintilla for a bit and come back?
Yes,
Do we
actually,
stay here on
talking,
call, or should I say around call?
keeping Caden appraised of the situation is
Come to
probably.
think of it, what are our forces doing on call? Are they just kind of continuing the fight?
This is basically
I thought we had a
like
ceasefire going.
basically what's happening is like the strange war period that happened at the start of Second World War, when technically France declared war on Germany, but for some time Western Front was completely silent. So technically there is a war going on, but neither side is pushing for any sort of and definitely not the Imperials, because they still like trying to like reinforce and replenish their forces after that. No, wait, sorry, never mind. Yeah, neither side is pushing for fight. During those 5 years they managed to replenish their forces after that large battle with orcs and their biggest like WA assault. Speaking of WA, you might want to lower the volume, your volume, but I even managed to find this one. Watch out. Something like that.
Here's a question for you. Do the people on Kolf know about the nobles defecting?
That's one of these type of questions that I would probably have to. The answer would say what's like how would answer how the situation develops in entire. Perhaps I would first need an answer to a question: are you guys sticking around or not? Hopefully you will understand why I'm demanding, not demanding, but preferring answer to that before I
think
say what's going.
We would stick around long enough to get.
Off the top of my head, I would say. Well, first off, Gabriel, are you muted? You haven't said anything for a minute.
He was just talking.
He just said something.
Yeah, he was just talking.
I haven't heard him say anything. Huh, that's weird. Anyway.
Can you hear me now?
Very weird, actually.
Santis, Gabriel just asked you if you can hear.
Let me restart.
No, I can't hear him, actually.
Yeah, Santis can hear you, Gabriel, so I don't know on which part is it. Because I can hear you, all of you, just fine.
How about now, Santis?
Oh, yes. Wait, have you been talking this whole time?
I have.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know. Discord's been acting funny. It's been doing that lately.
Hilarious.
Like selectively muting to some people.
Yeah, it's strange because I and Sigmund heard Zhao just.
What have you been saying?
Perhaps it's best to stick around until we get like a full assessment before going to see Caden. I mean, we do need to see him, but like, what are they doing? What are they intending to do with the Duke? Because a lot of the forgiveness will kind of depend on whether or not they, like, his death is their salvation. So,
yes, that's what I was going to suggest. That we stay here for at least, a few months, a couple more months maybe. Then we can go see Caden.
Okay.
That's hilarious. I haven't heard you say a word for like 20 minutes. Oh, goodness. But, yes, that's the plan. We'll be sticking around for a little while longer.
And maybe it won't be like not a half year, but a couple of months. So like 2 or 3. Yeah, let's say 2. Yeah, let's say 2. As you watch the situation develop, like the seed of rebellion against the rebel, so against the Severan, is brewing. And what happens is that on Omsworld and one more you get a message that the troops and the nobles undiscovered a plot. And it basically meant that maybe suspecting that something's going on, or maybe not, he tried to... Basically what they intercepted is like some smugglers acting on his orders. Of course, the entire thing is much more complex and convoluted, and like getting to the bottom of the matter takes time, but I'm just like giving you like what they know after some time. More or less his plan was to get someone, either Dark Eldar or Maven Chaos on planets to kickstart something. What they don't know exactly because they stopped them immediately. And, well, many killed on the spot. They managed to get one or two like as prisoners and tortured them for information. And basically that trick was last thing that they needed to convince over the course of time people that perhaps it's time to say bye-bye to Duke Severan. So as the days were passing, nobles of planets were saying that they no longer serve, and it went for some time. So Severan was like, the only part he still controlled was his was his palace. That basically was surrounded from all sides, both by Imperial troops and technically not Severan troops, because they're like, okay, this fucker is making deals with the like really fucked up enemy, or like going against his people. So like the entire propaganda machine fell off and fell over. Yeah, basically like this is a day when you get a message and like Lord Admiral informs you like that the palace is surrounded. There was some fighting with like the Royal Guard, the most loyal troops, and they think that the ground troops, they think they managed to like get a double of Duke, and some psychers are feeling changes in the... So current suggestion that they are working, like they saying that they are working on sabotaging the void shields, or wait, yeah, whatever shields there are, the palace has that prevented orbital bombardment, like until this point of time. They are trying to sabotage it, and basically I imagine you are all on Admiral's bridge, him being like grim, and I'm listening to suggestions, but as of my psychers are saying that Severan is cooking up something, and I don't want to know what it is. So as soon the void shields drop, I am planning on bombing, raising his palace. Our forces will take casualties because, well, ordnance will be big enough to make sure that we punch through every underground level that he has. but I'm feeling that we cannot allow him to go. As in, we cannot waste time to get our people to retreat, and then we need to fire as soon as the
Understandable.
Yeah, actually, Xanthus, because you are the only Psyker player, you can give me a Psyniscience. And
Oh
actually,
no.
you're a Psyker, don't you have Psyniscience?
He does.
I
He
do.
just doesn't have
He
very
does.
good
He
luck.
just fucking sucks at it.
Normally I would argue that, but oh hey.
Oh,
it
hey,
worked.
you passed it. Such a rare occurrence.
Is John here?
Ow.
No,
Hey.
I can
Oh.
roll as him.
This is
Oh, okay.
this is Xanthus, not Lucas. He doesn't fail all of his Psyniscience rolls. That would be his son who fails all of the Psyniscience rolls.
Yeah, in character I don't know if Mike would incline to agree, probably. So, Xanthus, as you focus, what you feel, and actually you can give me demonology. Demons, the demonology, forbidden lore. Fucking hell, couldn't pronounce it.
Oh yay.
And actually
This is good.
plus 10 because it won't be that hard to figure it out. Nice.
Nice.
You
This
feel
is his specialty.
like when you focus to feel like the waves of the warp and how the you for a moment, instead of like on surface of the gulf, instead of normal surface, you see like warp energies forming into a blood red tornado. Like it makes sense considering this is a war world, so the amount of blood that was spilled over the years is probably. And you imagining that at the bottom of this tornado, like almost like a portal opening. Mind you, it's not opening. It's not opening. This is like artist, like what your mind shows you, not what is real. You see a chaotic, warped field soaked with blood, bodies and skulls. And on the horizon, you see a massive demonic figure wielding and I imagine without logic check you are pretty sure that for one reason or another what you feel is happening is Duke feeling a noose on his neck. He is basically trying to make one last fuck yourself. Using all of the blood sacrifices on Kolf, summon a Bloodthirster.
Just as predicted. Lord Admiral.
Those two would never be hanging out together.
Probably not. It appears.
I know the
It
left one
appears
is
as though-
Zinch. Who is?
Oh, the right one is
Papa Nurgle
Nurgle.
or Grandpa Nurgle.
From
Nurgle.
this distance and size, he almost looked like a orc. Yeah, Papa
Remember
Nurgle
kids.
is not a cheese master. It's only Zinch, and he doesn't even have a fucking plan in the end. Or rather, he doesn't have an end goal. He just plans for the sake.
Remember, kids, Papa Nurgle loves you.
He truly. They're servants of Nurgle.
The only Chaos God to actually give a damn about his servants. Fuck bitches, get money.
No wait, that shouldn't be a snake.
Get some
Oh heavens!
powers.
Like Admiral like looks at you because he spots that Xanthus is like focused for a moment.
Oh right, I forgot I was talking to him right then.
Inquisitor.
It appears that Duke Severin has finally lost the last vestiges of his sanity. You can't see it from here, but all of the blood that has been spilt on Kulth has, of course, attracted the attention of a certain god of chaos that I'm sure you're familiar with. And a greater demon of this war god has begun to emerge on Kulth.
More to be
of course,
specific,
by
he's in danger of
Severin.
he's in danger of emerging. Like if like this is like imagine like humming of power, like gathering power. This is like gathering up for a ritual itself, not yet. If he was out, you would like the warp would be definitely more like turbulent.
Then minor correction. Attention of this war god and a greater demon of Khorne is attempting to emerge through the warp, or will soon be in the process of doing so.
Like works is out all the more reason to bomb this place, I guess.
How much faith do you have in the men who were sent to sabotage the void shields?
Like things for a moment. They are being led by officers that I came to know during these past few years. I even recommended one to his post. If the situation is dire enough, I will give them the order to abandon acting slowly and carefully, and well, if the situation is dire, they will do their job. And like his tone makes it clear that make a job but not survive.
How many men did you send to see to this task?
A full battalion of our specialized trains, other guards, specialized trained troops. Many of them received commando training, but they are good men, and they are using. They knew about the risk. They know their task. If that's how their service will end, it's he doesn't shrug but like trails off. It is as good way to die in the service of God Emperor as any. Preventing a greater demon manifesting on this world.
Out of character. Well, actually, I doubt it. I'll pause. Do your men know how to stop a greater demon from manifesting, Admiral?
He shakes his head. Some might know something about demons, but no, they are not demon hunting unit. They will make sure. I send them to make sure using the distraction. I send them to make sure that they will disable palace defenses, so we'll be able to provide support fire when the main assault begins. That was the initial idea, but now well, orbital bombardment it will be.
Out of character, could Xanthus tell where this demon was manifesting or was going to manifest?
Basically, the only thing you get the epicenter will be at Duke Severance Palace, probably in like deep underground portion of it.
Could he tell when